This conference will now be recorded.
So we're starting off with our master budget, Quantity Solutions. We did the target loss yesterday and came over to 866 as our quantity. Now we're looking at the break-even quantity calculation. So we simplify 300,000 by 231, and we get how much?
1,999.
Let's just round it off to 2,000.
Wait, I didn't get that.
Uh-oh. Why didn't you?
What you? Wait, hold on. 300,000 divided by 231, right? I got 299. Oh snap! Hold up.
Y'all gonna have trouble.
It's the iPhone calculator. Oh yeah, okay. 1,299 or 1,300, I guess.
Well, at least you know, so you couldn't get it to come out then, could you?
You said what?
When you tried to check it, it wouldn't come out with it.
Yeah, I was like, how? Yeah, okay, so now I understand.
Let's do our shortcut checking. We're going to multiply 231 times 1,299. How much do we get for the contribution margin?
300,069.
So we get 300,000. And our fixed costs were what? 300,000?
300,000.
So we're within our $100. Any questions now on calculating our quantities? Are there any questions on doing our quantity solutions? Terrell, any questions on doing our quantity solutions?
Give me a second, I'm just trying to get everything set up real quick.
Okay. So assuming we can go with our quantity solutions at 866, is that quantity. We're going to go to the sales budget, put our percentages in, and put 866 right there. You see that dash?
Yes, at 100%.
Then we spread it out by quarter. So you should be familiar with this. What would these percentages be for Amazon in terms of their revenue? How much revenue in the first, second, third, and fourth quarters for Amazon?
Some exorbitant number.
I mean, but percentage-wise. So let's say this is 866 million. How much of the money do you all earn in the fourth quarter? Versus quarters 1, 2, and 3. How much overtime do you work in the fourth quarter versus quarters 1, 2, and 3?
Definitely more, almost double.
Okay. So you can see then that something like this probably operates for Amazon. They may get 50% of their revenue. So that's all these numbers are, how much of the revenues each period. So we can get to how much is the income sales each period. You set up now, Terrell?
Yes, sir. I'm just trying to get this document open now.
I got the second quarter right. Oh.
I want to make sure everybody was while y'all get that done,
What,
can you do this, Terrell? Or do we need to redo it?
what the target loss?
Right.
The only thing about this portion that slips me up is the bad debt and the formula for this was it interest expense?
Okay, let's go back and redo it then.
Okay.
What I said yesterday was that this. I'm gonna give you the selling price. So all you got to do is see what the selling price in and put it here. Now let's go to the next thing, which is bad debts. We look at our collections, 95%. So the bad debt has to be 5%. So whatever our collections are, we subtract it from 100%.
Will those collections be given?
Say, well, yes.
Okay, so it's the remaining percentage is going to be the bad debt.
So we take 5% of the selling price and we get 15. So the bad debt is 15. You only got one raw material, 2 at 20, 2 at 10, I guess, for 20.
So 2 at 10 each for $20 in total.
Yeah. You didn't have any paper. Your labor was what? $10 per hour times $4 an hour.
$40 an hour.
So that means, well, how much is gonna come on the sheet here?
If it's 10 books for $40 an hour. So wouldn't that be dependent upon
No, depending on what you learned before.
hold on. So what is it? It's just 10, I mean $40 to go there, right?
No,
Hold on. Let me look at my little cheat sheet.
you can make 10 books an hour.
Okay. But we're only trying to make one?
Yep.
Oh, so we just divide it? I mean, yeah, divide it.
Yep. $4.
Right.
Look at it this way. If you paid $40 for 10 things, how much would they cost you?
Each? Yeah. So what else each? So you can just multiply it by whatever to get that number or divide it.
So the labor is 4. Selling expense, we said was what? 10% of the selling price. So we take 10% of 300 and we get 30.
The percentage, that percentage, does it ever change, that 10%? Or will it be given?
It'll be given.
Okay.
It's either 10 or 20, just what I give you.
And then the total variable cost is just going to be a combination of all those, so it'll be $69, right?
I'm assuming. What's your contribution margin?
The contribution margin, so that's 300 divided by.
We're not dividing yet. We're just adding and subtracting.
But so the contribution margin is what's the formula for the contribution margin?
selling price minus total variable cost. So what might the contribution margin be?
So selling price minus the total variable cost. Oh, well, in this case, it would be $31.
Might be a little bit more.
Well, your selling price is 300 right there, so that's why I said. Oh, it's still to be more. It'll be $231.
All we got to do. And the fixed cost we had this time was, I think, was just administrative 100,000. And interest, no, we didn't have any
It was
interest.
manufacturer overhead 100,000 and administrative 200,000.
Those were given.
Yep. It's always given in the assumptions. So can you calculate the quantity now, Terrell?
What the quantity? Yeah. So the quantity is just going to be the contribution margin minus 100 divided by the fixed cost, right?
You better learn those formulas.
Hold on, I got it typed.
You
I
don't
thought
have
it was
that.
multiplied by something. It was the total fixed cost times. Hold on.
No, you do the total fixed cost minus 100,000, and then you divide it by the contribution margin.
Gotcha.
Oh, so I did it backwards. So yeah, it's the total fixed cost minus 100,000 divided by the contribution margin.
Yeah, you just said it backwards, Terrell. Yeah.
So fixed costs minus 100,000 divided by 231. And our fixed cost is 300,000. So what's our quantity?
200,000 divided by.
866.
Yeah.
All right, go prove it.
So then all you have to do is go back and multiply that by the selling price, correct?
Well, we're going to use a shortcut approach, Terrell. We're going to multiply 866 times 231. How much is that?
It should be 200,000. Should be.
Multiply it out and see.
200,000, 46.
With 46, yeah.
And the fixed cost for what? 200,000? Excuse me, 300,000?
200,000, yeah.
So what's our loss?
A little bit over 100,000. So it's within 100 range, 100,000 range, March.
9,954.
Okay, so that's within that $100. Any questions?
Yeah.
Any question on step one?
Nope. Let's go forward.
So you better handle this on the quiz tomorrow. Good.
Yeah.
Step one.
Yeah.
Let me just.
Brady, what we're gonna do with the 866?
Bring it down to the cash budget, right?
Oh, Brady, we don't have any. That's a quantity. What we're gonna do with the 866, Brady?
Hold on. I know we're gonna bring it down though. Are we not?
Yeah, break it down somewhere. But where?
Just count.
Can you scroll up for a second, Professor Boyd?
What?
Never mind.
To the production budget.
Yeah.
Well, the first thing we're gonna do is this 866.
You're gonna bring it down to the sales budget and the cash
Thank
receipt.
you. Thank you. We're gonna bring it right here to the sales budget. That's how we start the problem.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
I got a question though. Well, maybe
What's
we're
your
gonna get there.
question, though?
Maybe I should wait.
What's your question, though?
So for the a little bit down for the collections month of sale 55% and the collection first month after 30%. Where do we get the number for that for quarter two collections first month after sale?
There was no first month. This is the first month.
Yeah, 0. But for the second quarter,
Okay, let's just write the first quarter first.
What was your question, Akira?
Second quarter. How do we get
It was-
87?
we had to take 10% of the total sales.
Selling price is 300. So how do we get 261 100?
We had to multiply the 87 times 300.
How do we get 13 on 5?
We did 5% of 26,100.
How we get 10 440?
It's
It's 40%. Oh,
yeah, it's 40% of the selling price.
For the credit sales.
40% of the credit sales. So that's how we get 10 440. So KP, you want to get to the next one, huh? That's fine. If you didn't do it last night. So this is 300. What's those sales?
51,900. I just stopped at the collection. I was like, okay. You may have
Credit sales is 51,900.
Oh.
What's the bad debt gonna be?
2,595.
I get 2,595.
5% of 51,900.
Yeah, we use applying the 5%. What's 40% of the collections gonna be? Since we got 40%.
20,760.
1,000. So KP wants to know what number's gonna go here. And we said
Excuse me.
we would.
Oh yeah, I know how to do that part.
So do 55% of that.
Mm-hmm.
Let me get my little drawing tool out.
Yeah, get you the
I
drawing.
had 55% of 20,760.
So Professor Boyd,
Yes.
isn't it the same? Isn't it the same as just subtracting the leftover amount from the collections? So if you subtract that from the total number, it should give you the leftover amount is what is going to go there, correct?
Calculate it and see.
Am I saying that right?
Calculate it. Give me a number.
Wait, what you wanted to know?
He's going to try to
14,350.
track relative to these percentages. We'll let him calculate it first and we'll compare it to your number.
It didn't come out right.
Because you got the bad debt in here. So you'd have to subtract out the bad debt and the prior month collection. Just take 55% of the number.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. So that's why I was getting confused. Okay. Yeah, because if you just subtract down, it should give you the 55%, which is remaining. Okay. So I'm not tripping. But it's easier to just get 55% of that number instead.
Yep. So what's 55% going to be?
14,355.
So what are our total collections?
Was
20,760.
How much?
it's 35,115.
Well, we're going to do the 35,115.
Bring it to the top. I mean, copy and paste it to the thing down below.
Yep. To the cash budget.
So we can get ready for our journal entries later.
Yep. So this is 35, what was it, 115 you said?
115, yeah.
So how much cash you got available?
So that's going to be, so that's 210 plus that 35,115, correct?
No, you got still here. You got 149 plus 35. How much is that?
It's 184,655.
184. So did y'all get these other numbers and put in? Y'all know how these numbers come in?
No, how we get those numbers, Professor?
What?
How do we get those numbers?
First thing we're gonna do the production budget. And so we bring down the sales from the selling expense budget and we put them on the production budget because you got to make something before you can sell it. So we're going to sell that amount. We got to make that amount. Then we want to make 50% of the second quarter amount. So 50% of 173 is 87. We add these two numbers together, we get 174. There's no beginning inventory. So we need to produce 174 in the first quarter. Any questions? Then we take the 174, put it on the raw materials calculation, and we put it on the labor budget. So you all see if you can follow this 174 down. 5220. See if you can get 5220. Follow that down.
What did you say, Professor? What are you telling us to do?
It's probably old number.
5220.
Old numbers in here. Yeah, those are old numbers. So fill out this chart. That's what I'm telling you. Do the first quarter of this chart. Fill out the first quarter of this chart.
Oh, okay, let me take a picture of the stuff up ahead real quick so I can have it.
You don't need nothing. Well, you need the assumptions.
That's what I'm talking about. The assumptions.
They're your assumptions.
Terrible picture. Okay.
Got all the assumptions. There's some more at the bottom. So the key assumption here is 75% of sales, 25% month after sale.
Hey, Shakina, can you mute your thing? I think it's kind of.
I'm sorry.
Thank you. Thank you. What were you saying, Professor Boyd?
The key thing you need here is that the payments are 75% in the month of sale, 25% the month after sale. So what you do is you go to your raw materials and we put those numbers in. We're going to pay 75% of what we buy in the quarter of, 25% the next quarter. So what I want you all to do is to go through this chart and come up with the amount that goes on this bottom line. Do you think y'all can do that?
We did it yesterday. Well, not yesterday, the day before.
Everybody didn't do it yesterday.
Oh,
You trying to throw shade, Professor Boyd?
I wouldn't say that.
That was petty.
I'm being patient.
Okay.
That's what I would say.
I'm glad that you're a very patient individual.
Have to be.
Working in years of teaching and dealing with finances, you got to be patient.
Yep. So what I want to know is the total payment that you're going to make.
Can you scroll up?
Did he turn his camera off?
Yeah, he probably walked away.
Okay.
Hey, what are we supposed to be doing? Filling this chart out?
Yeah, finishing from where they got the, I think it's 174 and per unit requirements, fill it all the way down to total.
Nah, he need to fill up. I don't know how to do that just by looking at this one part.
Okay, multiply 174 times 2 because the per unit requirement was given. Are you sure? Sorry.
So
And then
you said 174 by 2.
and you got that too because it was in the assumption from the raw material ink. So you do 174 times 2 and get 348 for the raw materials to be purchased.
Right.
And then in the assumptions again from raw material, I think it said 2 ink cartridges at $10.
Yeah, the unit
So
cost. Oh,
the
that's what
unit
the
cost
unit
is
cost is.
10, right? So bring the 10 down and do 348 times 10. Who moving it?
Him?
He on here?
Yeah, he must be. He's the only one who can move it.
All right, Terrell. I'm giving you my screen.
You gave it to me? What?
Give it to you.
Okay.
Well, you gonna learn, son.
Why you have to
Multiply
do
that times 10 to Terrell.
that? I did.
And then do the 75% of that.
Go ahead, Terrell.
All right. So the raw materials, per the assumptions, it's going to be 48. The unit cost dollars total cost. Let's do that math real quick. It's gonna irritate me. Why won't it scroll?
Not moving?
Okay, there we go. That's good enough. So that the payment for the month of. Okay, so.
I thought we leave that one 0.
Oh yeah, because there's no previous month, huh? Yeah, my bad. Yeah, and then on the second one it'll be what you call it. So the total payments is going to be the total cost, right? Don't laugh.
Gonna be what you wrote the check for.
It'll be the payment month of purchase for 75%. Well, it's not gonna always be that.
Only on this first one, because we didn't have a, what you call
Yeah.
it? Right.
What we're gonna do with it now?
We're gonna copy and paste it and bring it down below. Hey, Professor Boyd, would you mind scrolling?
All right, let's see. They said I was scrolling too fast yesterday.
I can't scroll at all, so.
Okay, so take these numbers out so you can put yours in. All right, start putting yours in.
Professor Boyd,
Yes.
is you gonna have journal entries on the exam?
Is that what you copied?
No,
What's the 348?
that's the amount for the raw materials Inc.
I think that was the amount that we.
No, the
And-
number that you just copy and paste, 2,610. That's the raw materials Inc.
Okay, let me have it back, Professor Boyd. Okay, I have a control.
Let's go back up here and see what she's saying.
I copied it. I know what you're talking about. I got it on my paper right here.
Professor
I
Boyd,
thought-
did you hear me?
I thought the same thing.
That's it, yeah.
Hmm?
2610 was the amount on the ink budget. So we got to do what? Put the 2610.
Is my mic working?
And that's not working.
Cause you're not answering me.
Hey, what's your question?
I was asking, is you gonna put journal entries on the exam?
Just for the A students.
Oh wow.
That's fine. I'll be a B student for today.
Oh wow, Professor.
So put your ink amount in.
All right.
And Brady, you get ready to do second quarter.
Okay.
Get ready to do second quarter.
Okay.
Where you going?
I'm trying to scroll. I told you it don't let me scroll right.
All right, so you got that in. All right, so you got the 2610 in. We now need to go to labor. Take these out. Delete. These out. Delete. Everything I took out, you got to put in, Terrell.
Okay.
So let's go to labor. What's going to go in that top box for labor?
The units produced is
Where'd you get that number from? Where would you get it from?
the quantity, right?
Where'd you get it from?
That first chart that we did, the budget.
Yep. So we go up to the budget and it says we're making how many?
I don't remember.
74. So put 174. And the workers make how many per hour?
For 10.
So put a 10 in there. So what's going to be the labor hours if they can make 10 an hour? How many hours they going to have to work?
And we're trying to, so it's just Hold on. 17.4.
Okay. What's the labor rate? No. So you work for $4 an hour?
They don't need no money.
How much is he supposed to be paying them?
$40 an hour.
What's the total direct labor?
40 times 17.
All right, so it's 696. That appears to be right.
It's 680.
I thought we had 680 last time.
That ain't what the math just did for me. The 17.4. Oh, that's probably because y'all did 17
No,
flat.
just 17. Down 17.4.
Oh, okay, yeah. Then if you do that, then that does make a difference.
Let's just put the 17 in then.
Okay. And then it does come out to be 80.
So we're gonna take that on down here. Put it under labor. Did you put it in?
Yeah, it moved. Hold on.
All right, so now we need to get some manufacturing overhead. How much is the overhead?
I think it was 15,000, I think. Oh,
What's the total overhead
let me make sure it's right.
per quarter?
That's the amount that we spent in total, right?
What?
That's the amount. That's the total amount that we had at the bottom.
You look at your assumption. What is the overhead in the assumptions?
The total manufacturer overhead was 25,000.
I put 25,000 in.
25,000 per quarter.
Yep. What's your
And depreciation
depreciation?
was 10,000.
Yeah.
So the total payment?
15,000.
Yeah, no.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're gonna take the 15, put it right here on the overhead. All right, time to go to selling expense. I left the sales in here. So the selling expenses are what? We pay the workers what? 10% the salesman?
Yeah, 10%.
Yes, 10%.
How much that might be?
2,600 and 10.
Do the decimal one way.
2,000. Yeah.
All right, so 2610. Let's take the 2610 down to selling expense on the one more line.
administrative.
All right, got that in. Let's get the administrative expense and we'll be all done.
The administrative expense is 50,000.
How much is depreciation, which is not a cash expenditure?
10,000.
Oh, it's the 10,000. I'm looking at it right. Oh, it's 10,000. My bad.
It's the one underneath the administration.
Mhm.
And it's gonna be 40,000. I think, yeah, 40,000.
Now let's put that down here. So we add up all of those numbers. How much do we get, Terrell?
Oh, boy.
You can add 5 numbers?
Don't we only add 5 numbers?
Yeah, can you add 5 numbers, Terrell?
I'm gonna try my best, Professor Boyd. Professor Boyd, it's 6,900. That's correct. Professor Boyd, is it normal for that raw materials to be the same as the selling expense?
Not normal, just this time.
It just randomly happened? Okay.
I don't
Brady's gonna
understand.
show us the next period in just a second.
Honestly, I didn't understand how though.
What?
I'm gonna save it for mine.
So we had cash available of 210. The payments were 60,900. So how much was our excess cash this time?
149,540.
How much do we need to borrow?
None.
Hold on. So that number, so that the excess, oh shoot, I forgot I got a touch screen. Sorry, hold on. I cannot do that. All right. So you want to give me control back real quick, Professor Boyd? So that, wait, stop.
We're here.
All right. So, all right. So the excess cash available comes from the total payments minus the beginning cash balance, right?
Cash available, that's correct.
Which ultimately gave us, which ultimately gave us that 149,540. And then you said,
How much you gonna borrow?
so how much are we going to borrow is going to be dependent upon what?
Minimum cash balance is 100,000.
What do you mean?
You're supposed to keep 100,000 in the bank all the time.
Oh, so we got excess cash 49,000.
So since we're supposed to keep 100,000 in the bank the whole time, and we already have 149,000, we don't have to borrow.
It should be more or less. So
We
you
don't
should
have
borrow.
to borrow. We already got 100,000.
So you don't have to borrow anything then, because you have
Nope.
400,000 over.
So that's done. How long did it take you to do that, Terrell?
It took me a little minute. It took me a little minute. It won't take me 2 hours, but okay.
How long you said the exam will be from?
I think it's about 2 hours.
From 5 to 7, right?
Yeah. All right, Brady. You next, Kathy. Okay, where are we? Raw Materials, Inc. We need to start on the second quarter. So Brady, you got to come up here, get your production budget straight for the second quarter.
What, y'all not gonna start at sales budget and cash receipt first?
We're done. You want to start
Oh,
over
okay.
here?
Oh no, nuh-uh. We
Does
did that
anybody
already.
want to start this over? Why don't we do that?
No, we
Everybody-
shouldn't. We did that already. We just did that in tutoring.
We just did this
Let's
one.
see how
Terrell
the tutoring was. Let's go, Brady.
had did it, Mr. Professor Boyd.
Go ahead then.
Okay. We multiplying 173 times 300,
Okay.
and it's gonna come out to 51,900. 51,900.
You got the controls.
Professor Boy, I'll be right back.
All right.
Professor Boyd, you know my computer, trips a lot.
Good try. Go ahead.
Okay.
You're going to have to use it to do your test, so you might as well practice now. Go ahead.
I don't have control.
Oh, let me see if you got control. Try it again.
No control, enable the presenting time. Okay.
Do you have it now?
I think so. Okay.
Jasmine Brady has the remote control.
I'm sorry, that's wrong. That's too much money. And then the credit sales, I'll just bring that down from the total sales.
Correct?
The total sales to the credit sales, right?
Correct?
Okay. And then I do 5% of the, is it the 2,600? I can't remember. I mean, the 26,100.
That's why we got you doing it.
I think it is.
You're going to stay with the quarter you in, so you're going to take 5% of the 51,900.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Okay, so I do the 5% of the 51,900, and I get 2,595. And then now I do the yup. Hold on. Do I do the 40% of the 51,900
What we do yesterday in tutoring,
in class?
in class.
Let me see.
Can anybody help her?
Oh, my bad. Okay, so you take to get the 20,000, what you're gonna do is take 40% of the 51,900.
Okay, that's what I thought. Okay. And it's gonna be 20,760.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then 55%. So I'll do the 55% of the 226,100, I believe.
I believe.
That's right.
Yeah, that's what I got.
Okay.
He said you can also check your answer by like the credit sales. If you subtract credit sales, well, if you subtract from the credit sales the bad debt and the collection.
Ooh, good. That's a lot.
To get that number that you just got. Another way to check it, but you don't got to do that. But continue.
And then I
How did y'all get the 14,355?
I did 55% of the 26,100 in the first quarter. And then I add both the collections, the collection of 40% and the collection of 55%, and get 35,115.
What you gonna do with the 35,115?
I think I'm bringing it down. That's wrong, that's wrong, that's wrong. Why you copy on the MacBook? Never mind, I got it. I got the cash budget. No.
You need to go to
Production.
the cash budget.
Huh?
Let's go to the cash budget and put that number in if it's not there.
And then after that, I go to production budget, right?
Right. So we already got it there, okay?
Okay.
Where does 149 come from?
So we brought that over from quarter one.
Okay. So what do we got
From the
available?
total payment. Huh?
Got available, what, 184,655, correct?
Right. And we just added those two numbers together to get that answer.
All right. Okay.
It's gonna take me a while. All
All
right,
right,
production.
production budget, second quarter.
So since we brought everything down from, where did we get these numbers again? 87, 130, 173, and 65.
Where do we get
It
those
was,
numbers from?
it
We
was-
went up to the sales budget and just brought them down.
Oh, okay. No, they had 130 underneath there.
What?
Under 173, before you deleted that, they had 130 underneath there. I was trying to see how that 130 came in play.
But that's what you're gonna tell me. I'll get
Yeah,
somebody to help you.
Help, please.
You take
I take this.
you take 50% of 260.
Oh, okay.
Still got the remote?
Okay.
I'm just saying to see if you got it.
No, because I try to type something in. Am I typing?
Let's just see.
Okay, I think I do now. 130.
I'm back, Professor Boyd.
Okay.
130 is not doing. Okay, so I can't. It's not letting me type in. Okay, let me see.
There we go.
There it is.
So where did you get 130 from?
So Chicana told me that I do 50% of 260 for the
Why?
third.
Why?
You gonna ask that on the test?
Because it's on our assumption.
Got to produce what you're going to sell currently, plus part of next, so you have some inventory.
Say it again.
You got to produce the 173 that you're selling,
Right.
plus part of next quarter. So you will have inventory when you start the third quarter. If you sold all of this, you wouldn't have anything. Okay?
Okay. Okay.
So you can always produce more, so you have some stock in the store.
Okay. So I multiply 173 and 130.
No, just add them up, I think.
Oh, I just add them up.
Yeah.
In the first one, how did I get 0?
It was the first quarter. They didn't have
Huh?
It was nothing but
inventory.
Because it was what?
First quarter, they didn't have that inventory.
Oh, okay.
And now they got inventory, so you got to put a number in there. You can't put 0.
Figured I couldn't.
You're gonna take that number from the first desired end of inventory.
So it's just gonna be 130.
No, from the first one, which is 87.
Oh, 87.
Mhm.
Would it be 390?
No, just put 87 in there, I think. Right? This is confusing.
Why?
I think you just put 87 in there and then you add it up.
Yeah,
You already
390.
got the 87. Wake up, KP.
390.
I said
That's
that.
not right either.
Oh.
That's not right.
You'll subtract 303 from 87.
Oh, less and okay.
Oh,
Simple.
Is that right?
Simple.
Is that right, Professor Boyd?
That's correct.
Okay.
Started from the
Back
bottom.
to
Now
the,
we here.
go back up to the end.
okay.
You're in the second quarter. What's going to be on that line?
$216. And my assumption is still 2. It's gonna be 432. And it's still gonna be 10. It's gonna be for YouTube. 29 and then 75%. Interesting.
Can't go there yet.
Huh?
You gotta be the box above that. No, go back where you were. You got another box. Go back up, go back down, I guess.
You talking about the payment, this one?
Yeah, you gotta put something in there.
Okay.
I get 810.
I did 25% of, yeah, that's wrong. Don't worry about it.
I didn't say I just that's how you got it.
I think that's wrong though. I did 25% of 3,000, no. Yeah, 3,240. And I think I was supposed to do it from the total cost. No?
You supposed to do it from total cost? That's correct. But
Wait,
what?
so why you didn't do it for the first year?
Because they didn't owe anything.
Oh.
The first month you get a credit card, you don't owe anything for the prior month. Got it?
So you said the first year you don't owe anything to the prior month. So it's like in
You
the
got a
second
credit
and third.
card. When you first get it, you don't owe anything for the prior month. Then when you spend in a month, the next month you owe for the prior month. Where you get 1080 from?
25% of 4,320.
That's not right. Can anybody help her?
Do you get it from 3,480?
That's correct. You're paying the prior quarter.
Just said that.
It's gonna be one long test.
It sure is. Long.
It shouldn't take more than 15 or 20 minutes if you know what you're doing.
Apparently I don't.
What's the total payments gonna be? If you pay your current tuition plus your past tuition, what's the total tuition they want?
My current. That number too high. You said if I pay my current tuition and my past tuition?
Yeah, and the past is due too. So your current tuition
My current tuition is the
3,240. Your past
4,000.
tuition that you hadn't paid was $870. What does TSU want?
Too much money.
But you make a lot of money, so.
5,190.
I don't know if they want 5,000.
You said my current, the 4,320 and the 870, right?
That's not what I said.
Oh, my bad.
Is it the payment? Is it the 3,240 plus the 870,
That's correct.
Mm.
which give you 4,110?
Thank
We'll have
you.
an oral quiz tomorrow. Everybody have a quarter and do their quarter. That's how they get their points. They don't do a quarter, they don't get any points. We don't have any paper.
Don't I bring that 4,110 down to the cash budget though?
Correct. Y'all got your products made? So y'all just taking zeros on the project.
No, it's made. Hold up. No paper. All right.
What's gonna go in that box? What's going in that box?
This one?
Yeah.
Some from
It's from the above units produced.
Because you just calculate.
From the raw materials Inc. budget.
You talking about the 4,000 something?
No.
Oh, the 800 and
No.
no.
It's for the, you're gonna find it at the the raw
Back the other
materials
way.
budget.
Go back the other way. Keep going. Stop. See that units to be produced, you see it 2 places.
216.
Mm-hmm.
And it's still gonna be 10. It's not,
Make it 22.
huh?
Make it 22 hours.
I wanted to calculate it first. And then
It stays the same. All I got to do is multiply 40 times 22.
you said 40 times 22?
That might be all you have to do. If somebody worked 22 hours and they were paying $40 an hour,
Why that number so big?
you got the 680 over there twice. Take out one of your 680s on the other side. And what you gonna do with your 880?
I'm gonna bring it down to the cash budget.
Mm-hmm.
If you let me come down. And wouldn't the manufacturer overhead still be the same in the assumption?
Be the same. Administrative expense gonna still be the same too.
The who?
The administrative expense is gonna be the same also. All you gotta do is figure out selling expenses, then you're done.
And do the what? Selling expenses?
Yeah, you gotta calculate that. So what's your sales for the first quarter?
It was 26,100.
Sales for
Huh?
the second quarter. Sales for the second quarter. Go up to the sales budget.
Did I pass it?
No,
I
right there.
didn't know I did not. It's right there, right there.
Whoa, went too fast.
Huh?
Go back up a little bit.
Okay.
Total sales, how much you got?
51,900.
So put that on that line for sales, on the selling expense budget. Whoa, 51,900 next to the 26,100.
Don't put it at the top like you did.
Yep.
They did 10% of that.
10%.
Ooh, too bad.
I just gotta add your
5 numbers.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 numbers up. How much cash did you have available?
Didn't I have 100,000
Look
already
up
in
there,
the?
see. Look up there,
Huh?
see how much you had available.
I think I took a picture. It's too much. Hello.
Go up and look at, just go up a little bit.
Okay.
Whoa. No, go back. Go back to the top of cash budget. You had 184.
184.65.
So subtract 65 from it.
184.65, right?
184 minus 65.
I'm trying to get the whole number. I didn't have the whole number. Minus 65.
How much you got to borrow? How much does she need to borrow? Somebody help her.
Hey Jasmine, it's gonna be 65,180.
For
Oh, payments.
Yeah, for the
total
total payment. Mm-hmm.
what I miss?
Did you get that, Jasmine?
Hmm?
I said, did you get that?
Yeah, I got that. I was off by a 0. Thank you.
So how much you got to borrow?
Um,
How much does she need to borrow? Well, 0 since she got 100,000. Maybe I'll get that.
0.
because we started off with 100,000 in the bank already.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay.
Professor Boyd, you said we started off with how much money?
100,000. We got to keep 100,000.
So we ignored the beginning cash balance.
No,
In the beginning cash balance, it say 200,000.
but 200. Okay, yeah. But we spent some of it, so we whittling down. We had 200. But our operation not doing so well, so we coming down all the time.
But we have to have at least 100,000.
Gotta have at least 100.
Okay, okay.
Paul, you ready?
Ready as ever, I guess.
It's not bad when you do it. I guess you start understanding once you do it.
Yes, Brady. That's right. When you do it, it's not that bad.
Ooh, that was shade.
I'll have you up first tomorrow, Brady. On new problem.
Is it gonna be similar?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I still got control. Oh no.
No need to go that far back.
All right. So,
How to get 260?
it was 30% of 866.
Okay, let's go on.
The selling price is still 300. The total sales is 80,700. Credit sales is same thing. The bad debt.
Wait, I didn't get that for total sales. You do
I got
260.
78. I got 78,000.
Yeah, me too. 260 times 300.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I'm about to throw this whole calculator away. Well, my son's phone calculator.
You better get you another calculator, pal.
Y'all get 3,900.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's
Hold
get
on,
the
let me check.
28,545.
I took 55% of the month before sales, or the quarter before sales. Did y'all get that?
Yeah, I got that.
I got that.
All right. Cool. All right. All right. So let's go ahead and take that to our cash budget. Oops. Okay. And let me go down and see what the previous year beginning cash balance is. 119,475.
You put the 5 for me, Kia. I forgot to put the 5.
For what?
I forgot to put the 5 at the bottom.
Oh. This computer has a mind of its own.
So how much we got available?
Okay, let's see.
How much you got available?
179,190.
Kiara, you forgot to change the 4 to a 7 for the beginning cash balance.
Which one?
Yeah,
Beginning
right
cash
there.
balance is supposed to be 119,475.
Oh, thank you. $179,220. All right, so now we're gonna go to our raw material. Oh no, production. I think it was production. Okay. Let's go. Okay, so we're gonna put 173 here,
173 from.
half of 346,
Okay.
and when we add those up, we're gonna get 433. Okay, and then we're gonna take the previous inventory, which was 130, and then we're gonna subtract that from 433, and we're gonna get 303, and then we're gonna go down and put that on. Oh my God, on this chart right here. We're gonna get 606. And 606. We're gonna get 6,060. Are y'all getting the same numbers? Let me know.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Okay. So then we're gonna take 75% of that. Which is gonna give us 4,545. Okay. So and then we're gonna get 25% of the 6,060. Oh no, that's not how we got that. We got that by payment in the month following. So we're gonna take the 4,320, and we're gonna get 25% of that. I think. Okay.
Yeah, you're right, Kira.
Okay. And then we're gonna get 1080. And then we're gonna
Hey, I have a question. Can you scroll up?
okay.
Where you got 303 from?
I brought it down from the production. From the production.
Oh, okay. I see where you got it from.
Connor, you got the fourth quarter.
All right. So let's add these up. I'm guessing. We're gonna get 5,625. Y'all get that?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, we're making moves. We're making moves. Okay. All right. So we're gonna move that 5,625 down to the cash equipment. All right. Let me try this. All right. So let's go ahead up to labor. All right. So that's gonna be 303. And it's gonna be 30. 40. Because I multiplied 30 times 40 to get that 1,200. And then we're gonna go back down, put that on our cash budget again. All right. What was that number? 1,200?
The direct labor.
Yeah, I kind of get that. Okay, 1,200. All right. So now that we got that 1200, let's go to our manufacturing overhead.
Same thing.
And do the same
Same thing.
thing. Oh, right.
Administrative expenses, same thing too. All you gotta do is get the selling expense.
To the selling expense we go. She saw it. All right. We have to go to that number. The new number was 78,000. And I'm guessing the 10% of that is that.
Not
But,
that
you
much.
know,
7,800. Get rid of a zero.
all right. And then we're gonna go put that on our hospital.
So can you add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 numbers?
We are about to see. Okay, I got 69,625. I hope you guys got the same thing. Okay. So what we're going to do right here is subtract. Let me get my thingy. We're going to subtract 1. We're going to okay, let me go back up. Okay, we're going to subtract the 179,000 from 16. And I got
How much we gonna borrow?
well, we're gonna not borrow anything. I'm guessing we got the controls. Okay. I think you got the controls.
So what?
I said, I think you got the controls.
No, I think you still have it, don't you?
Mm-mm.
Do you have it?
Mm-mm. Okay, I got it.
All right, Kara, we'll let you keep it. Krishan,
Oh.
you there?
My God.
Yes.
Okay, you start on the fourth quarter.
I thought you said Shakana was doing that.
I changed my mind.
Update.
Look, I ain't trying to call you out, Shakana.
It's okay.
She'll help you out. You can start it off.
Okay. We have to go to the sales budget and cash receipt. So we did 40% of 866, and that gave us 346. And then our selling price is 300.
I'm sorry, hold on. I'm just trying to get it to say it. Oh my God. Okay.
All
Thank
right.
you. Help me out.
You still got it? Yeah, you
Okay,
still
yeah,
got it.
all right. 300.
And then the total sales would be 103,800. See, 300. Yeah. And that's the same for the credit sales. The bad debts, 5% of our sales would be 5,190. Then So then 40% of our sales would be 41,520. And then 55% of 78,000 from the third quarter would be 42,900. And then our total collection would be adding the 42,900 plus 41,520, which would give us 84,420. And then we would take that number and put it in the fourth quarter of our cash budget underneath collections.
How much was it again?
84,420.
What goes in that box, Krishan?
109,595, which is what we got from the third quarter. So that means our cash available will be 194,015.
You said 194?
Yes, ma'am. So now we have to go to our production budget. Okay, here, Professor Boyd, is where I'm confused. Because do we take 50% of 866?
That
You take
profit,
you take that from 130.
Oh,
So
50% from 130.
yes. So it'll be 65.
tell her how you got the 130.
Please.
Okay, I got 130 from first. You got to go to break even and get the quantity, and
Okay.
the break even quantity was 1,299, and I took 10% of 1,299, which gave me 130.
For the first quarter of the next year. So what you're doing there is looking at the first quarter of next year. That's what you got to produce in the fourth quarter of the current year. Does that make sense?
You don't have to say that a whole nother time.
We're in December. We're in the fourth quarter of December. We now need, for 2020, we now need the first quarter of 2021. Because in the fourth quarter of 20, the next quarter on board is the first quarter of 2021, which is in the break-even year.
Okay.
So 130 would be the sales in the first quarter of the break-even year. So everybody should work on that to see if you can get that calculation.
Oh, and then where you have for the quarterly sales percent, we're basically going back in that 10, 20%, whatever, and you took 10% of that from the 130. I mean, from the break even. Okay.
From the break-even.
Okay.
Go up to this, see if we have that in. Go up to the break-even year for a second, to our assumptions. Now go back the other way. To our assumptions chart where we do our calculations. But let's calculate the break-even quantity now. We have 1,299. How do we get 1,299?
300,000 divided by 231.
Okay, so the fixed cost of 300, we simply divided by contribution margin, and we got 1,299.
Okay.
Or about 1,300. So when you take 10%, that's where the first quarter of that next year is going to be 130. Does everyone see that now?
Yes.
Okay. I expect you to see it tomorrow. Okay. Okay, let's go back to the production budget.
Okay, you do 346 plus 65. You get 411. Then for our list beginning inventory, we would drag that 173 down. Subtract that from 411. That'll give you 238.
Hold on, my thing just ain't get- You said okay. Good. 238. You said.
Yes.
Xbox down.
Yes. And then our per unit requirement is 2. The materials to be purchased is 476. Our total cost is going to be 4,760. And then we take 75% of that, and we get 3,570. Then we take 55%. No, I'm sorry. We take 25% of 6,060 from the third quarter, and we get 1,515. Then when we add those payments up, our total payments would be 5,085. Shakana, did you get that?
Yes, I got that.
Okay. We would take that number and bring it to our cash budget under the fourth quarter for Raw Materials, Inc.
Okay.
It will be 5,085.
Oh, hold on. Give me 1 second. My thing is stuck. I don't know.
You stuck where you
I don't know. My thing's stuck. Hold on. Yeah.
need to go up to labor, right?
Yeah.
What numbers are gonna go in here?
$238.
Okay, you still have it?
My thing, I don't know what happened. I can't.
All right. Next.
Per unit requirement is 10. Our total labor hours would be rounded up to 24. 40 is our labor rate. So our total direct labor will be 960.
Okay, I'm back.
You back?
Yeah, I think, I don't know, maybe because I got two screens up at once. I don't know. It's weird. Okay.
Our manufacturing overhead is the same. It'll be 15,000.
Mhm.
And then now we are, oh yeah, and then our administrative is 40,000. The sales budget, our total sales. Can you go to the sales budget? $1,103,800. Okay. And then 10% of that would be 10,380. And we'll put that in the fourth quarter for selling expenses.
Look what our total expenditures.
Is it 71,425?
Mm-hmm.
What's our excess?
Is it 122,590?
Are we
So how much we
decreasing
need
and
to
then back
borrow?
up?
How much we need to borrow?
None. Was that number right?
I'm
Yes.
assuming.
Okay. So our ending cash balance to be the same.
Okay, so to
We did
comment,
one.
Yes.
just working with this chart, suppose our minimum cash needed to be 200,000. Will that change everything? Or we just changed this and we're just saying the minimum cash has to be 200,000. So the minimum cash is 200,000. Everybody take about 5 minutes or so and show how this chart changes. It's dotted
You
from
said the minimum cash is 200,000?
minimum cash is 200,000.
Okay.
Go through and tell me how that changes. It take about 5 minutes. So what would be the case in the first quarter?
Professor Boyd, will we need 50,460?
50,460.
We need that.
We add those two together. That become 200,000. So I'm just showing you how things would change if that was the case. So you can run the others through.
So you gonna let us like how will we know what the ending balance would the ending cash balance should be?
Now was got to be 200,000.
No, I'm saying like on the test, like you gonna say it like
Yes.
okay.
Well, how y'all coming on your project?
When she get? Oh, never mind. Sorry about it.
What we supposed to be finishing up on the project? This
Well, you have
Is
to
this
have
due
it.
by final?
Have to have about the final.
And you want a finished product that we made?
Finished product tomorrow.
You want
You
to
want us
see
to
the
show you?
finished product tomorrow?
Okay.
You don't have it. I'll wait till the final.
Oh no, I'm just asking. You want to see the final product tomorrow?
Yeah, I can
That's
see
how
it
you
tomorrow.
want
I got another question. Our group need to make some changes on our CVP. So can we do that and resubmit it again, or we can just hold on to it until the final?
I guess you can hold on to it.
Okay. Cause I mean we already had submitted it, but after it was submitted, I noticed it was some mistakes.
Oh, there's some
From
mistakes.
the CVP or from the
Yeah,
which
with the
ones you count?
break even, and 100,000 and $1 million.
Okay.
So how's the first year coming?
We made money.
And not. All right.
Professor Boyd,
Yes.
for the final, okay, wait, stay right there. You see how we had to do that for the first one? We did 149. We figured out how much we needed more for 200,000. So when the ending cash balance is 200,000, we bring that back up to the second quarter.
Mm-hmm. So now we'd have what, 235,115?
Right.
65,180 are the payments. So we subtract 235,115 from 65,180. What's our excess now?
169,935.
169, comma
Is that
935.
from the two? That's from the 200,000.
Correct. So how much
Okay.
will we need to borrow? This number's got to be 200,000 at least. So how much do we need to borrow?
$30,065.
Okay. So as you can see, this is not that bad. You just have to proceed through, and you got a lot of interlocking dependent parts. So the key thing is that you got to have those calculations right for your quantities. That's why we spent that week or so on it, told you to memorize those formulas so you can proceed through. And you can see we begin, the first quarter takes you some time, but then the manufacturing overhead administrative expense stays the same. So this is something you should be able to do. Okay, so we'll see you all at what time tomorrow?
4:20.
I'm
420.
tripping.
420.
Okay, so probably the best thing we need is a quiz tomorrow, correct?
Yeah.
See how it's coming along.
Professor Boyd, scroll all the way up for me though, so I can look over those assumptions tonight. And I just need to understand how we got that too for our per unit requirement. I just need to look at those assumptions.
I think that's from the raw material.
Okay, so let's look at the assumptions again. It's a good point. The assumptions gave us our quarterly percents. They gave us our selling price. We calculated the bad debt at 5% because collections were 95%. So 100% minus collections gives us this number. Ink was 2 ink cartridges at 10, 20. We could make 10 books per hour. We were paying $40 an hour. So we can, when it's 10 per, we're making more than one an hour, we divide. So the unit cost is 4. And notice that the overhead numbers are given, the administrative expense numbers, they're given, you just lift them in. Selling expenses, 10% of sales. Okay. So your problem will look something like, your quiz will look something like this tomorrow.
Okay.
But you'll have to read what the assumptions are. So we'll have one quiz for the A students and another for the other people. Then you don't have to worry about them bothering y'all for answers. Okay, any questions?
No, sir.
Okay, so let's proceed on. You have to look at it, one of the big issues when we competed with teams is we come to the cash numbers. And if you've never done this, you can't be in a competition or work on projects and things like that when everything requires numbers. So this shows you how we project what's going to happen when we need to borrow, when we're doing a new product, new operation, new location. This happens all the time. And so this is our key takeaway from this course, that you can do this. Just learning some separate disjunctive things, that's not going to help you going forward. And things are going to continue to be virtual. I was on a program yesterday for Beta Alpha Psi chapter, and they had the company talking, and the people cannot travel. I mean, they used to travel and do their consulting work, but they can't do that anymore. So everything is virtual, on screen, sharing screens, the things that we're doing. That's the new paradigm. So unless you're going to work in the store, you're going to go into work. This is the paradigm for people who don't go into work. They communicate virtually this way. If there's a vaccine, it's got to be stored at 300 or 400 degrees below Celsius. So you can't that's just not going to be available because you don't have anywhere to store it. Hospitals don't have those types of storage abilities, whatever that very high number is. So at the earliest, September will be when we will have a chance to get back to normal. But prior to that, and of course, Texas is going crazy with its case.
Mm-hmm.
So with the way the leadership is, you got to learn to work like this. If you go to work, there's a chance you get the virus because people are not following protocols, or customers are not. So you don't want to, if at all possible, you want to learn this paradigm so you can work this way. And
I work from home, but we went in the office just for a week, and then they was like, nah, because I think 6 people got corona.
mm-hmm.
Office, and now they put us back to virtual working from home.
Yeah, that's the thing that's happening. And so if you have to go in, you want to at least train yourself so you don't have to go in. Because if you go in, there are people who don't wear a mask. There are people who are around people who don't wear a mask. Their children go to school. Their children can come and it may not impact them, but they can be a carrier of the disease to other people. And the other thing is that supposed the strand in Houston is one that multiplies, or in Texas in general, evidently, it multiplies faster than others. And it's a different type of strand. It's a worse strand. And so the vaccines that are being made are probably can't even help our strand that much. It might only be 25% effective in Houston. It's kind of like, okay, so this is not changing. So you need to learn to think this way. It's not, it's just not going to be changing in Texas probably for at least a year.
Professor Boy, you gonna make me quit my job.
I did an interview for
your job it may be better to be alive, okay?
Right.
You look at what are the situations on your job?
Like at the Turkey Leg Hut, I'm not even gonna lie to you. My coworkers don't wear masks and stuff. Like they're not following the social distancing.
You need to quit. It'll help.
I had to quit mine. They was sneezing and they was nasty.
I just did this interview.
And if they don't wear masks, they're going to be around people who don't wear masks. No, you need to quit.
Yeah.
And being in the functions, there's 200 or 300 people more.
So what were you saying, Paul?
Oh, I did an interview for internship, and they was telling us like how the internship was like supposed to like play out and everything. How half of it was going to be virtual, and the other half was going to be like in the club or whatever. And I was just like,
what club?
What kind of
Sam's
club?
What?
Oh, Sam's Club.
Sam's Club.
The grocery store.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah.
That's one of the worst places.
Yeah,
and the thing was, they were saying all of Walmart, I guess that's Sam's workers too, they sent their political contribution to Biden because, the situation bad.
Yeah.
I don't even buy fruit no more.
They probably going to have to start like making only a certain number of people going to like the grocery stores again, because I seen the numbers and the numbers got way high, and I was like, dang. It was a huge.
They stopped. People got tired of staying at home, so they stopped doing a 25% capacity at places, especially these bars. So
you just have to stay. You just have to stay safe. And so it's like this lady in El Paso was saying that she might have lost her house, but she lost her husband. And so she was saying, she can't replace that. And the husband wasn't that old, he's about 30 in his 30s. So this thing about this impacting old people, That's not with the strand that we have in Texas. Then younger people are going to have more issues. Okay, so you can't just think, well, I should be able to survive it. That's not the strand that we have.
Yeah.
So just need to try to just, be as safe as possible. And if you're somewhere where people don't have masks on, no, you need to be there. Don't need to be there.
All right, y'all. I'm gonna see y'all tomorrow in class.
All right, we'll
See y'all tomorrow in class.
All
All
right.
right, y'all.
Bye-bye.
Bye.